is my first ever performance, so please ignore it. It's not too dramatic. Should I begin?
Yes.
Let me introduce you to my friend, Plant. Plant has been a very kind friend to me since I moved here. Plant has been sharing the bedroom with me since he moved in December to my apartment. Plant does not require a lot of space and does not mind the mess I create in my room. It just decides to turn down its visual senses and to not look at my clothes waiting to be picked up from my chair for days, sometimes more than a week. He even tolerates the smell of my hot and spicy recipes that I fail to make, but I'm sure he laughs when I attempt to eat that food, often tasteless. But what does my plant know about a good taste? He has never eaten a good pizza, an artichoke, or a good tiramisu with the right amount of cream. He does not know what goes into cooking. Anyway, last Sunday he was upset with me because I forgot to give him water. I know, so I made it up to him by adding organic fertilizer in his next meal. Since I have moved him to my working desk, sitting right next to my laptop, he has been watching me do my research. I can feel his gaze. He's always watching, even when I'm sleeping, when I'm working, eating, reading. I'm aware he is watching, not looking at my physical presence, but the thoughts that are in my head. He judges me, makes me conscious about my stupid human thoughts, and celebrates my research about plants, of course. I can feel it has been happy since I started my research about plants, obviously. But it is in a way creepy the way he gets into my head. Last November, I had the opportunity to meet. Okay, I forgot one prop, which I don't have, so I'm gonna skip this part. Sorry. But it was about, I'm going to go with it and hopefully we can pretend the thing is here. Last November, I had the opportunity to meet Marina Abramovich in person. I look up to her works and I've been doing that for a very long time and deeply admire. The day I met her for the first time in life, she left a sketch in my sketchbook. On the first page, she drew a tree. Little I knew the plant has been deeply rooted in my life since then without looking at it. I'm showing the evidence of her sketch, which I forgot. Since I started my research on plants, I have tried to have some such conversations with him, but I did not get answers in words or sounds. Sometimes he does not respond, but I know he is always listening. This research that I have been doing is something that I wanted to show as an act today, and I would like to demonstrate some of these acts. I was looking at an experiment done in the 1960s by a CIA agent, Cleve Baxter. Cleve Baxter, a little background on him, he had been working for 20 years with the lie detector machine and has been working with the police and army forces. And in 1960s, he started his own research institute. In that lab, this one evening he was sitting and he decided to attach the polygraph machine, which is a lie detector machine, to his plant, just to see if the plant has any responses through its electronic waves, if it can be recorded, if at all there is any reaction from the plants. So I'm going to do a few acts that Cleve Baxter did with the plant, and I will show the results of the graph with me here. to see if the plant reacts to us giving water and the saturation. This is a graph on a human person recorded when we as human beings feel happy and we release serotonin in our brains. And this was the recording of the plant. Another species that we cannot have a conversation with, just to see if it reacts to this. Just to make it dramatic.
Careful.
Breaking of egg. This was the recording when the egg was broken. Goes high, which is in human recordings, it's anxiety. He brought scissor in front of the plant and pretends to be violent to the plant. I would like to demonstrate cutting my plant, but I wouldn't do that because it has been very kind to me. But yeah, trying to burn. This was the recording found with the plants, which if you see here, it almost goes off from the page, from the graph, from which we can understand the anxiety that goes in the plant. Another egg goes into the boiling water. The dramatic reading recorded. These experiments demand attention towards the other world that we consider non-living, trapped in our anthropocentric interaction of the world, which we only observe by the five senses of our body. Subjectively created various languages to interact with the world's events and phenomena recorded or yet to be recorded. It reveals a larger spectrum of possibilities that we are not yet ready to transcribe or give language to. I aim to question the notion of this interaction with other through our limited languages that we have. My inquiry in this project is to question if the other species also respond in senses through which humans interact. Does it demand attention to other instead of looking at it as one of our own beings? Just the way as I am mediating this language of this experience and interaction in the language that we understand in this room. This language was one of the first languages that we have created or documented in order to understand that plants also have recorded emotions. We all know that it did from the beginning, but then this is a way to actually and factually see that it does. Another language, a language without words a language without speech, a language purely of emotions. The project is not about me or my experience or about my project. Maybe it's about the people in this room, or maybe not. The non human species outside the window, looking in, or maybe not. It's about the world around us. Thank you.